Oh, okay.
Yeah. You ready? Nah, I mean, is you ready? Somebody ready for war? Weezy. Like to Zob. Wise man mad. They ready for war. Hitting all blacks is a trooper. Plan, plot, strategize, crucial. Gotta pick a side, no neutral. In the middle of a war as usual. Watch your back, they shoot. If your ops drop, better keep it moving. All we do is win, no losing. In the middle of a war as usual. In the middle of a war as usual. In the middle of a war as usual. Plan, plot, strategize, crucial. In the middle of a war as usual.
Yep.
Yeah. I always wanted to ask. I don't know if I'm out of place for asking this, but those people was in the clips of the intro. Are they AI?
No, that's what you call stock footage.
Oh, okay. But yeah, shout out, man. Intro dope.
Yeah, for sure. Moving up in the world.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. So what we getting into?
There you go. What is signature intro?
What happened?
You missed the intro, man. You're supposed to do your
Gotta
signature
play it again?
intro. Your signature intro.
My signature intro?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You already know what time it is, man. We back in full effect, live with it. We got Weezy the Prince, Wise Man Mad, and myself. Zob, yeah. I got a new nickname every week. See, these niggas, they got their shit down pat. I gotta come up with one on the spot every time. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? You can call me Zob. In the world, they call me Bob. I went from Bob to Zob. But we about to decipher the goddamn third season of From. Let that shit sink.
Nah, niggas got it all figured out, though.
It was a good show, man. It was a good show. And we also going to talk about, another one of our topics is generational curses. You understand? The problem with, or the detrimental effects of child abuse and gentle parenting. You understand? People think that gentle parenting is the better alternative. Of course, child abuse is not how you should, discipline your children. But gentle parenting is just as destructive, and we're gonna talk about it. So where we starting? Where we going first with it?
What y'all want to do first?
Make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. I can't repeat it enough. Listen, man, the algorithm is based on how much you like something. If YouTube sees that you like this enough, then they'll suggest it to other people. And we want as many people, we want to get in front of as many people as possible. So if you really fuck with us and you part of the motherfucking barracks, you know what I mean? Drop them likes and drop them shares, man. Let's get this shit going. You feel me?
Hey,
all right, we got Princess Nizam Anna. Shalom, sis. Shalom, Bayana. Go ahead.
My bad. I was gonna say what Matt Hoffa be saying. It don't cost you no paper. Mm-hmm. Let's see you a motherfucking hater.
Don't be no motherfucking hater, man.
It's going around. It's going around.
It's going around.
Going around like
hater virus is going.
Tis the season.
Tis the season
to be hating.
For real.
Damn.
See it everywhere I go.
Hate giving. They just got past hate's giving. Nigga. Now we going into tis the season to be hateful.
Yeah, for real.
Shit, I'm just trying to be like Lafayette, man. About to pull up too,
Hey yo,
man, you got that Negro on deck.
No promo.
Yeah, no promo, but we drinking Negro.
Hey yo,
we sponsored.
Pause.
You know when you start living life when you can drink Douce on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
I respect that.
I'm trying to be like you for real.
Just have a drink on a regular day. That's how you know time don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, but I will say this. Tonight I'm sipping on some good old Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Or Pinot Noir, however you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? Some light, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with wine. I prefer wine.
Don't try to convince us.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, if y'all out there drinking strong alcohol, you drink like a child, okay? Now let me stop. you get your standards up, man.
You
some red wine.
And you drink like a child.
And be an adult like you. Drink wine.
No.
I'm fucking around. Nah, man, listen, whatever you drink is fine. We got a nigga drinking wine. We got a nigga drinking beer. We got a nigga drinking some goddamn Douce. We got all tiers in this bitch.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
So what we starting with first?
We cannot say that the alcohol life is represented on this panel.
Good night.
Alcohol life. The alcohol.
We got all representation.
You feel like an alky now.
Yeah, when he said that, I felt instantly bad.
Oh shit!
Everybody
drink
drink
responsibly if you do drink.
Drink responsibly.
Be an adult.
You drink it all. If you do drink it all, make sure it's responsibly.
Yeah, when you start getting older, you start seeing the value of drinking at the crib. You know what I mean? Like instead of going out and being blitzed, well, you could just get faded at the crib. You safe. You got some socks on your feet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't nowhere knocked out in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? It's just It's just way better.
The nigga said you got socks on.
That's important.
How many times have you seen?
When he said that,
how many times have you seen?
Socks right there.
Got some socks on, nigga. You got on socks? Just make sure you got on socks.
Yeah, gotta keep your feet warm. It's cold outside, man.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
It's my type of weather down here now.
Well, this is your type of weather?
Yeah, man. I love this right here. Like, nah, man, you can breathe. I can breathe now. You can go outside and see that's what Floridians got to do. That's y'all be hiding from it, right? But when it's cold like this, I'm telling you, you got to do it 1 or 2 times. Go outside and take a deep breath of that cold air. I'm telling you.
Yes.
When you feel that, you'll be like, okay, your body will adjust. It won't be that bad.
I'll give it. I'll try it. I'll see. I don't know.
Fresh air, bro.
Y'all see that?
We're filling my lungs with cold air. What's that? What that say?
38.
Monroe, we're 38 degrees outside.
38.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I woke up and went outside. It was ice on the freaking window and ice on the grass. You know how in Florida, right? You see how when you come out in the morning, it's dew on the grass.
Yeah.
It was goddamn frost on the grass everywhere.
Did you make a snow angel?
It's crazy.
Yo, I want to bring this up real quick.
Nigga, that's what I want to do.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yo. Yo.
It's acting like they see that every day, right? Coming out, Lafayette. Act like
niggas don't see that every day. I don't see that shit every day.
I was just about to say, I was about to bring up something though. My first Passover, we was all together.
Yeah.
That was the first time I believe you saw snow.
Yes. No.
I was there.
It wasn't the first time I saw snow. But it was the first time I saw snow and can remember it. I had seen snow when I was a baby, I don't remember.
Yeah, that don't count. That don't count. You wasn't alive. Talking about where you know where it was. I was a baby. I went to Africa when I was a baby, but you know, I've been there. Nah, you ain't been there if you don't remember. No, but for real though, I was there when that happened. You know what I'm saying? And you had experienced snow for like the first time, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can see why, you know, like ice and all of that is you know, it's kind of like wow, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a culture shock.
Yeah.
Because I remember how you was feeling when, you know, you was out there throwing snowballs. It's like
nigga. Yeah,
I remember that. Listen, it was snowing heavy too. It wasn't no lights, like it was snowing, man.
For sure.
Yeah. Listen, anybody knows that, man? Type in your.
They had the ice. They had the ice. Yeah, they had the they shoveled. I remember they shoveled outside the hotel. They had lay down salt and shit. That was an experience. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it was dope, man. I remember my first time I seen snow.
Straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nigga died. Literally died. It was crazy. It was in California. It snows out there in Northern California.
Mm-hmm.
So nigga was just in that shit, swimming in it, diving in it, man. It was fun.
Yeah, I can't remember my first time. I felt like I was born in the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, it's snowing now.
Nigga got baptized by the snow.
Yeah. Born in the ice and on fire.
Damn. Like a fucking butterfly.
I'm gonna say butterfly, but I get what you mean.
Nigga, metamorphosis, nigga.
Yeah, I mean, I can go Super Saiyan or something, but butterfly, I can't do it.
Turn into a butterfly.
Hey, yo, real quick, this off the top. I know we got to get into the topics, but I said this and then I seen a meme that said this, but do y'all remember the movie with Bruce Leroy in it, the black dude? What's that? The karate movie. It's escaping me because
goddamn the
last
samurai.
Yeah. The Last Dragon. Is that what it was?
Last Dragon.
No. Yeah, The Last Dragon.
Something like that. It was
Yeah. He was the first nigga to go Super Saiyan. Y'all remember that movie?
I don't even remember that, John.
Bro, go watch it.
You know what? I never watched it, bro.
What? Oh my God.
I'm
out of here. The Last Dragon. Neither one of y'all watched it?
I don't think I have.
Everybody references that movie. I've never seen The Last Dragon, and I've never seen Do the Right Thing. And I'm a bit ashamed of that.
I seen Do it right there.
I'm a bit ashamed of that, but
please,
that's the truth. I've never seen them.
I don't know when, but please soon. I need y'all both.
I just watched Poetic
if possible,
like a month ago.
Go watch The Last Dragon. This don't even make sense what I'm about to say. But that was the first nigga to go Super Saiyan. If you know Dragon Ball Z, Last Dragon, that was the first nigga to go Super Saiyan.
I gotta watch it. I'll watch it. I'll for sure watch it, man.
Watch them. It's somewhere free, I'm sure, because it's old. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
y'all bring it down.
So much, they gotta charge for it.
We bring it down.
They charging for that shit. Not your real coming in here to talk about Last. Listen, man, we know that y'all niggas know about all the old school movies, okay?
Nah, there was a tough movie that Lapia do be watching in classes. When what was that? Was the Samson dude? What was the name of that movie?
Oh yeah, Black Samson.
Black Samson. That shit was hardcore. Nigga. This nigga had a lion in his crib or a bar or something like that. Yeah,
Blaxploitation films.
Yeah,
that's around that time.
I seen Black Dynamite. I seen Black Dynamite.
That ain't. Oh, that's a parody.
It is
Black exploitation, but it's fine.
No, but they captured that feel though. But you know that's my shit. You know what I'm saying? When I was laid up, when I was injured, You know, that's all I was watching was old school movies. You know what I'm saying? Before my time. You know what I'm saying? Dolomite, you know, stuff like that. And the reason I watch it is because it's so raw. You know what I'm saying? Like they make so many mistakes, but back then, the way that the audience was, they didn't see the mistakes, but we can see the mistakes.
They didn't notice them.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is Soul Plane black exploitation movie? Like, what would you categorize that?
Nah.
Parody.
Nah.
That's definitely a parody movie.
To me, Soul Plane is niggas being niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, some of it. It's
like Friday. Like, okay, what do you categorize Friday as? It's basically the same shit.
Oh.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it on the level as Friday as far as classics. I don't know. What y'all think? Y'all think Soul Plane is a classic? I don't think it's a classic.
Nah. Soul Plane sure is a classic. Soul Plane is a classic.
I ain't gonna
maybe so because you got Kevin Hart in there, Snoop Dogg, the faces that you got in there. But I don't know though, because do people even recite quotables? Because in the black community, if you ain't reciting the quotables in a movie like that, like what do people say from Soul Plane?
Who don't say? Oh yeah. We say. What do you say? The nigga, Gay Man. Everybody quote Gay Man quotes, man.
What?
Fucking when he's huh?
I ain't never heard nobody quote it. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
listen, when that nigga say Gay Man when that nigga say Gay Man to the cockpit, Gay Man to the cockpit, and everybody runs to all the faggots run to Scott Salaki. All the gay dudes run to the cockpit and shit.
Yeah, I remember
that shit. And then when John Witherspoon was fingering the goddamn potato.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I remember that shit.
No, I seen it. I'm just saying, like, what's the quotable that people say on a regular basis? Like, when you see a nigga, you know what I'm saying? If I be like, smoke, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, I feel you.
I ain't got to explain it. You know what I'm saying? You got knocked the fuck out.
It ain't no like strong quotables. I get you. I get that.
Yo, unpopular opinion.
No one-liners and shit. Like no real deal one-liners is still
unpopular opinion.
The movie overall was just like nobody can forget Soul Plane.
Yeah, it was good though. I ain't gonna lie.
When that nigga, I can't remember the line, but when the white boy was he done turned into a hip hop artist, or not really artist, but he done went black basically.
Oh my god.
Nigga, that shit was so
the funniest part was the old boy with the potato, bro. Remember that?
Yeah. Stinky Piggy. Nigga, what?
No, the actual fucking potato part though. Dog, that shit was
nigga
funny.
had his finger, he's like,
that right there, that shit was funny.
Yeah, that nigga wow.
Yeah,
John Witherspoon was a fucking character, boy. Yeah.
He gone.
Man.
Anyway, speaking of movies, should we just go straight into the front?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go straight into it, man. So for anybody watching who ain't seen the last season of From yet, you know what I mean? I don't know if you ready to stick around for what we about to get into, because it's about to be some spoilers, you did. So if you haven't seen it by now, you ain't no fan. Spoiler, you really tripping. You really watching. I mean, you like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? I mean, like you can't pay that $5 a month to go and watch motherfucking MGM. You can't get a family member to give you go give you they motherfucking login. Come on, man, what you really doing? You ain't trying enough. You ain't. You know what I mean? Are you an American or an Americant? No. You know what I mean? But nah, for real, you wasting time. You should have watched it. I mean, they giving you an episode every week. It's not even like, you gotta catch up. You ain't gotta binge watch it.
But that show is fire though. From is fire. I'm gonna keep on saying it. It reminds me of the wilderness. I don't know, for some reason, it reminds me of Moses and the children of Israel. But it's fire. It's a fire show.
Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit subscribe if you ain't subscribed, share this video. I mean, we definitely gonna get into it. Also, Shaw says that it reminds him of the wilderness with Moses, man. That's a heavy take on it. That's real heavy. You know what I mean, but of course, and like to back up what you're saying, a lot of times these shows do imitate what's in the Bible, very often actually, and they just find different ways to capture those stories.
Right. Our story is linked into so many movies.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's so many movies. Like, I mean, you can go from shit.
The Matrix.
You know, whatever, you know, story Avatar. You know what I mean? Like, those have
Independence Day.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Straight up.
So yeah. The show is really I like the writing, you know, of the show. In this last season, I think, you know, they gave us some answers. So I guess my question is, what did we figure out? What do we know? What was we right about? What was we wrong about?
Shit. You know, my rib said, I don't know if she thought of this herself. I refuse to believe that she came. She deciphered the shit right in real time to me. Like on the second to last episode, she was like, Tabitha is somehow Tabitha is what's his name's mom. What's the nigga name?
I think I heard that
Victor's
theory
mom.
as well too. Where
right, I don't think she came up with that shit on her own.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'm not saying she
I think she heard that shit.
I think I heard something similar to that. My fault for cutting you off. I was just gonna say the theory I heard where is Tabitha is like she slept with like she came back reincarnated, slept with her current man, Jim, and the Pops, and there was one more. And she's basically the lady. She's basically the wife of the little child man. I forgot that. My bad. My mind is drawing a blank on her name.
Victor?
Yeah, Victor. She's Victor's father's wife, but reincarnated. Basically, I don't know if it's true, but that's the theory that was thrown out.
That's
there.
what they
Victor's
were
father's wife or reincarnated. Yeah. They basically
tell
us
that is it.
Yeah, that's it. That is. That's what the
show. She was not because you are. She was reincarnated twice. So she was. So first she was the one dude, the one that's always at the bar. What's his name? I always forget his name. He got like one of those
Jade
suspect names. Yeah, Jade. She was originally, according to the story, she was his wife first in a different life, and then she was reincarnated and married Victor's mom, and then was reincarnated again and married Jim.
So let me ask this real quick. So that creepy lady that the black dude be seeing, who's that then? That's her? That's Tabitha?
They never said. No, but it's not her though. No.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah, the Komodo lady.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
She works for I'm gonna call it the underground. She works for the underground. You know what I mean? She's like if you watch the last episode, she delivered that baby that Fatima was pregnant with, and basically turned the baby into the Smile Dude.
Well, I wouldn't say
or somehow they spawned the Smile Dude.
Yeah.
They spawned him. Yeah, through Fatima.
But they explained that because they said that they were promised that they would live forever. So even Miranda, when she was talking about her and Jade, they was there in the beginning. They was supposed to from what I'm getting, they were supposed to sacrifice their child. And what I'm thinking is that they were supposed to sacrifice their child, and they changed their mind and went to save the kids, and they were unsuccessful. So they keep coming back trying to save them. So they was there in the very beginning. Like those children, that's the Unkui kids, they from like centuries ago. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like
they look terrible.
It ain't like 40 years ago, I don't think. I think it's like centuries ago, you know what I'm saying? Like a long time ago. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And if you don't know, Ankui means remember.
Remember, yeah.
Which I always thought it was some racist shit. I thought they were saying some racist shit because it felt offensive every time they said it.
That shit funny as hell.
The word feels offensive. Like imagine somebody come up to you and be like Ankui. Like, what the fuck you call me?
You know, the crazy part, going into the writing, when you create your own language, because I'm pretty sure that's not a actual native language. I'll check to see, but I'm pretty sure it's not. It's kind of like how the Dothraki talk in the Game of Thrones.
I looked it up.
Yeah. How the Dothraki talk in the Game of Thrones.
Listen, Google sources didn't even know until the last season, the last episode. They didn't know what the hell. They was like, well, it's not a real language, but some have thought that it meant such and such, and they was wrong.
Right. Just like Game of Thrones, they created their own language. So the good part about that with the writers, when you create your own language, it can mean whatever you want it to mean. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, so people, that's one of the part that kept us in the dark. So now we hearing this word this entire time, and like, why they keep saying that shit? Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? But it's like a thought in the back of your head because of all the other shit. But then they bring it back to you the first couple of times you heard it, and now she said it. Now it means remember. You know what I'm saying? So now it kind of like broadens the story. I like that when writers are able to think that far. They thinking ahead of the consumers.
Factual.
Yeah, but what was that last episode though?
Say again.
What y'all think about that last episode?
Listen, man, it's crack.
Did it give you the answers y'all was wanting? Remember last episode we had y'all wanted answers. I get all the answers y'all wanted. It was going slow. Did they give y'all the answers?
What I want to know is how the hell you get out of that shit. What is this place and how do you get out of it?
That's the age-old question.
Some say it's a figment of their imagination. Some have said that this is afterlife. This is the theory out there is that all these people are already dead and this is hell. That's what they saying. But it's like, okay, well, how do you die in hell? Like how do a monster come and rip your throat apart or rip your body into pieces as hell? Like you're not supposed to, according to mythology, you're supposed to be living in hell for eternity. So how the hell you die in hell? So I mean, but that's one theory that people have, is that they already all dead, and the only reason why Tabitha came back to the real world is because she died the right way or whatever. Like when she got pushed out the tower, it brought her back to the real world. Like she was in a coma. She died. She was dying. She was supposed to be dead, and so she went to front. And then when she got pushed out the tower, that brought her out of the coma, and she woke up in the hospital. And then when she had that accident with Victor's dad, that killed her and put her back into town. That's a hell of a theory.
That is a hell of a theory though. I ain't gonna front.
But my only thing would be so did that happen with everybody? Because it ain't just from her perspective. So that's what my question would be like. Is everybody in that dream state? Like, who is everybody else? I think, I don't know. It seemed like the writers is going in the direction of where they using what to us is practical, like reincarnation. Because that's basically what they allude to in the last episode is reincarnation. But also, they dealing with like superstitious things. You know what I'm saying? Like monsters and talismans and things like that. So it's kind of hard to see where they actually going with it. You know what I'm saying?
Magical trees.
Magical trees, and it's like the canvas is blank for them at this point. They can go wherever they want to go.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't have a story.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, do we even have a end game to this show, or are they just sending us down this rabbit hole of just endless adventures? That's what it seems like. It's like the answers. Okay, their answers aren't even answers. Their answers are little pieces to a puzzle that keep you playing the game. You get what I'm saying? Instead of giving you real answers.
Right. Of
Like the
course.
man in the yellow suit. Like the man in the yellow suit. Like, okay, we heard him on the radio. If y'all don't know, the guy that was on the radio talking to Jim when they built the cell tower, and he was like, "Oh, your wife shouldn't be digging that tunnel," and he ran to go stop his wife from digging the tunnel.
Yeah.
That guy was in the yellow suit at the end of the season. At the end of season 3.
Right.
And he was like, I tried to warn you, your wife shouldn't have dug that tunnel. So now that takes us back to the goddamn tunnel that Tabitha dug in season 2? That's season 1 or season 2?
That was season
2.
Might have been season 2, I think.
I think it was season 2.
It might
so
be
that
season 2.
That brings us back to season 2 about the tunnel. So now are we going to go back to that? Are we going to go back to that what that was all about? I mean, the tunnel got filled in, but we saw what was in it. We saw that it was basically where the monsters live, but we didn't really get no answers to what it was really all about. And then did it even play a role? Like, was there any purpose to it? Because they found a cave opening that leads to that underworld anyway.
Yeah, they went back to it. Him, Victor, and the scary chick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
yeah, you know it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It plays a part because remember when what's her name? The daughter's name? I don't know why I'm forgetting the names.
Julie.
Remember when Julie went to the ruins, she went back to that time where her mom dug that hole and fell through. So of course they're gonna have to explain that because they alluded back to it. But it may not be like her digging the hole meant something, but whatever Julie, because we also can see that Julie can jump the story now. So we know it's like chess. We know how she moves. She can move through the story. So I think that they explaining it by going back to it and showing like she was able to hear them. You know what I'm saying? So they created that moment in time because when you go back to when they was in the caves, only thing they found out in the caves was that they was like the pictures that they drew on the walls. You know what I'm saying? That's basically telling the story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, it kind of makes me think about what you said about the theory that you had. Maybe it's all a story being told or a book, you know what I mean? They're just living out the story. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like the little kid that was reading the novel, maybe this is it. This is them living it out in real life or whatever.
Right. Let me connect that for you though. It could be a story, right? It's like he told the story. To me, my theory was in the beginning because they said the answers, this is what Victor said, the answers to the end is in the beginning. So when I went back to the beginning and I watched season 1, episode 1, Victor was there with Julie and she was telling a story with his monsters. Remember, she had them and she was like, one of them got injured and was like, they coming back from the lake of tears. And then she was like, no, he died. Right. And then he was mad and he told his parents, he was like, Julie killed Norman. Julie killed Norman. And then that's when Miranda came and was like, you know what? She can't kill Norman because monsters don't exist. So he's still alive. So what I'm thinking is that story is probably the baseline of what's going to happen. Somebody probably going to have to be sacrificed or appear to be sacrificed, but really not be dead. We're going to think they dead, but they not dead. You get what I'm saying? Because why would they give us that clue? And I think it was right under our noses like, oh, you know, he's telling the actual story in the beginning.
Yeah, I will have to go back to that first episode as well.
Oh, and my bad. Let me point this out real quick too. Somebody pointed out online, I saw that. Do you notice what color what's his name? The little boy. Julie's
Ethan.
little brother. Ethan. Do you notice what color he always wearing?
Yellow.
Red. Oh.
Yellow. Who do we just see at the end of the season?
So Ethan is that nigga?
I don't know. But he always got on yellow. Ethan always got on some sort of yellow.
Ethan is a bad man if he is. Man.
But we don't know yet because he is telling a story. But guess what? Ethan is telling a story. He was the one that told Julie that she was a story jumper. I forgot the technical term he used.
Yeah.
But she was able to jump in the story. He was the one that said that. He also was the one that told her when she was at a crossroads. He told the story. And now all of a sudden we get this dude in yellow that pop up. And he got the ability to just show up and he's able to see everything that happened. He was the man that told Jim, your wife shouldn't have dug that hole. So he saw it.
Yeah. He's the storyteller.
I don't know.
It makes sense. It's like he's the storyteller and he's able to tell he's the one who had the book. He's the one who's reading the story. And Julie is the story jumper. And that's what Ethan told Julie that she's the story jumper. And what did she do? She went and jumped around. And that's how she found, if y'all didn't notice, I noticed it as soon as it happened. But when Julie found Jim in the woods, I instantly noticed that her hair was shorter. And I'm like, hold up, something's happening.
Right.
And then that's when she told him, oh, we gotta go. This dumbass little boy, he gonna sit there and talk about why? Yeah, she's trying to change the story to keep him from being unalived by the man in yellow. But this motherfucker want to ask why. Like, niggas don't ask why. You say we running, goddammit. If I see you running, I'm running. And Jim just sat there and motherfucker want to ask questions and shit. Hold on. What's going on? What the fuck you mean?
Let me ask you a question though.
Hey, look, you go.
Let me ask you a question though. So you telling me, like, I agree with what you said. But let's just pose this. I'm just pose this question. So if a brother come out of nowhere that look like Officer Thawashab, but he look a little bit different, and he telling you, "Hey, come on, we gotta run because this is where it happens. I need you to run right now, just out of nowhere." Are you going to follow him?
Yeah, man.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
you say if it looked like Thawashab, it looked
like him, but you know he don't look like that. Like, imagine if he showed. Okay, I'll tell you this. Put it to you like this. Nah, I ain't gonna use that example. I was gonna say,
because if I know he not Thawashab, like if he come up to me and he look like Thawashab, but I can tell it's not him. Like, that's different. This is Julie.
But think about him.
We know
think about him with his daughter. Look about him with his daughter, though.
But she looked like Julie. He know that that's his daughter. She just looked like she cut her hair.
He don't know.
Hold up.
Yeah, something is wrong. Something is different. Like, she looked like his daughter. Now, here's the thing. Here's the part I'm trying to get you to see, right? So, I get it. They did the hair change, right? He knows that she doesn't have a way to change her hair at this juncture unless she put on a wig. But the way she's acting and the way she looks and what she's saying, I think that's what caused him to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he still believed it was her, but that's a shock. I just don't think if somebody has like the semblance of somebody and they pop out of nowhere and tell you like, hey, come on, we got to move right here, that you're going to be like, all right, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you wouldn't, but I just think that I didn't think that was out of the ordinary for him to be questionable about how she looked. You know what I mean?
No. Okay. All right. So take into consideration the fact that she's frantic. She's frantic. She's manic. She's like, come on, we gotta go. This is your daughter. Like, you gonna not move when she say move, my nigga. Like,
is it your daughter though? Is it your daughter?
Yes, she's my daughter with her haircut. You don't know, but you think it is because she looked like your daughter. She got the hair like your daughter. It's just cut. Right. She calling you dad. She telling you she's crying and she's telling you we gotta go. I'm leaving. All right. Oh shit. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We can talk about this shit later.
Right after your wife just told you she was married to another man that had kids and walked away from you in a place where you could walk through a tree and end up in a swimming pool. Somebody pop out that look like your daughter, and you ain't sure. You mean to tell me you gonna go right with that?
Well, let me ask you this: if somebody that look like your daughter pop. But look, if somebody pop up that look like your daughter saying let's go, and then some motherfucker that you don't know from a can of paint pop up, you telling me that you gonna sit there and talk to the nigga?
Yeah, because I ain't no coward. I'm gonna be like, nigga, what's up? Nigga, what's up? in
the same place where these things rip your body apart just by a flick of the wrist.
I don't run. I can't run.
You telling me that you about to stick around in the place? You're fucking right, I'm gonna run. These motherfuckers, this nigga will rip you to shreds with one swipe in his hand.
Jim died like a
man. No, he did. He died like a bitch. He died like a straight bitch.
Listen, what was he supposed to do? Run? His daughter right there. That nigga picked up a stick, was ready to go bow for blow with that nigga, bro. He died like a man. He picked up a
stick. That's all right. You're right. You got that. You're right. You got that.
Like a man.
But at what cost? At what cost though? But at what cost though? Because he's not there to protect his daughter no more.
His life. He gave his life for his daughter. Same thing Christ.
But how you know she don't die? How you know she don't? How you know she don't die right after that though?
You don't, but
of course she's not gonna die because of plot armor. That's plot armor. But nah, man, like we gonna go. Listen, I can protect you better if we run. I can get you somewhere safe. And then if this motherfucker follow us, let me worry about that. But to stand right there, come on, man. To stand right there and try to swing a goddamn stick.
Officer Thawashai, all I'm gonna say to you is if we out somewhere and the nigga in yellow pop out and that nigga talking greasy, I'm going to fight that nigga, dog. I'm just letting you know, I'm not running. I ain't running, bro. I ain't running, my nigga.
Hey, but that's if the nigga
I'm going to die for you, my nigga.
So no, let's put it like this. If your wife look, check this out. If your wife or your daughter did the same thing Julie did. Oh, we gotta go. This nigga is about to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where it happens. This is where you die, basically. This is where you die. We gotta go. I mean, you gonna stand there and fight the nigga? What, the nigga got a chopper in his hand and you ain't got no guns?
If my daughter come up to me and say we got to get out of here, right? And I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? Yeah. And then some old hobo looking nigga jump out of nowhere, old and dirty. I'm gonna feel like I can take that nigga. I don't know that nigga got superhuman strength. I don't know. That nigga look like a bum. I'm gonna try to kill that nigga.
That's true. That's fair. That's true. That's true. That's fair. Yeah.
Nigga, who you talking to? Nigga?
But I'm saying though, whoever the fuck this nigga, and he out in the daytime, so you don't. And he out in the daytime, so he not like one of the monsters, because the monsters don't come out in the daytime; they only come at night. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Like a regular nigga, like nigga, who you talking to? Nigga, okay. You look skinny. I'm about to try to body this nigga. But little dude,
the yellow suit. You can tell a lot about nigga in the yellow suit.
Strong. Yeah, he was super strong. He hemmed that nigga up.
That nigga ripped his neck out. Ripped his fucking neck out. His whole fucking jugular is just gone.
Right. Jim didn't know that, bro. He thought he was just fighting a little homeless nigga.
Yeah, true enough. That's true enough. Rest in peace to Jim. But remember what I said. Hey, look. Remember what I said about Jim, though, right? How he was like the fucking most annoying nigga in the whole show.
I fuck with Jim.
Ass, man. He was holding. Listen, he was holding shit up.
I fuck with Jim.
In my theory, Jim was holding shit up. Like he's the reason why the show was not progressing, because he always trying to hold shit back. Jade, don't talk to my wife. Don't take her into the woods to go discover shit. I'm trying to protect my wife. You trying to keep them here, Jim? You trying to keep them in this fucking fucked up ass place?
You gonna let another nigga take your river?
But look. Hey, but look, that was his rib first, shit. That was Jay. He hit that first, nigga. Shit.
Nigga. Nigga, what?
But for real though,
Like, what
in
you
real
want them
life,
to
you ain't about to
do?
let no nigga come scoop your rib and be like, "Come into
Like,
the
what
woods
you
with
want
me."
them to
Nigga, you ain't
do?
gonna let that happen.
Come on.
But no.
You was
Jay
standing
didn't
on
come and scoop
business.
his. Jay didn't. He should have. Listen, Jay had it right. Jay told him, "You need to go check your bitch. Don't come checking me. Go check your
He was
bitch.
right.
She came
He
to the
was right about
woods.
that part.
She
Yeah.
dragged me out to the woods. Go check your bitch. That's a fact." Nigga, Jim, nigga, what you checking me for? Nigga, go check your bitch, man. You know
Yeah, he
what
was
I'm
right
saying?
about that
Like
part.
Jay just doing his job. He trying to get the fuck out of there like everybody else trying to get the fuck out of there.
I'm just saying, if I'm
And I don't
in, if
even
I'm
like
in
him because of
from,
his name.
if I'm in from, and we trying to get out of there, and some nigga keep ended up with my rib, talk about she know what's going on in the woods. I'm gonna be like Jim. Can't wait, nigga. Nigga, ain't nobody going home. Stay away from her, nigga.
We're gonna all die in this bitch. You keep
If
fucking
she
my
got
real,
an
we
answer,
all
you
die in
gotta
this
let her
bitch.
tell
You
me
first.
so I can tell you.
Real talk though. You ain't lying about that shit. You ain't lying
See,
about
we would
that.
die. We would die because soon as they tell you
Yeah.
that your rib got to go through the tree to say everybody, you gonna be like, nah, I'm going. No, it's me. It's me, my life.
Hey, look, I'm gonna be in the motherfucking swimming pool, fucking looking like the Thing. I'm gonna be looking like the Thing from Fantastic Four. It is what it is.
Oh, that's funny. And that was creepy though. When he was in that pool, that shit made my skin crawl, bro. I hate watching
That
him.
shit was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was.
But tell me
crazy.
this don't look. But hold up, dog. Hold up, y'all. Tell me this ain't Ethan right here.
A coolie. It does look like
He look like that. Listen, you know what this scene? You know where this scene from?
Yeah, I think you said scary movies, right?
Yeah, it's from Scary Movie 4.
Mm.
He's like Mitsubishi.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't that cool. He was Mitsubishi. It was naming a bunch of Japanese brands and shit. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, man. I ain't
That
gonna
nigga,
front.
he looked just like an cool kid.
Yeah, nah, Ethan is annoying, bro. I think Ethan is annoying. And Julie annoying too. She's just starting to get popping now. But she annoying, bro.
I like the fact that they trying to give everybody like some type of role in the show. Because before it just seemed like it was just a bunch of people just doing nothing with their fucking life. And they wasn't adding to the plot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think in the beginning they showed who was the sheriff, where the greenhouse was.
Niggas in shock, man. You got to give niggas a chance, bro. Niggas don't know what to do. Niggas dying every night. Niggas die every night,
Yeah,
B. I don't know what to do. I'm in
But
from.
they've been dying every night for 40 years. They've been dying every night for 40 years.
Shit don't stop.
Yeah, but everybody ain't been there for 40 years. Only Victor has.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but
niggas been there like 3 years. They
you know what's weird to me? How did Victor survive 40 years with no adults?
That's a good question. His explanation
Or
was,
at least nobody.
I think he said the boy in white helped him.
Yeah, he did say that.
So that's the only thing I could see, you know what I'm saying? But it still seemed like, okay, how was he making food? What was he eating for his adolescent years? Was he slaughtering lamb? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was he doing?
Right.
I don't know.
Hey, yo, one part we are missing. What is his name? Boyd, right? The sheriff, right? Remember his wife when she went crazy and shot herself, and then he seen her again, and she was like saying something about facing his fears or something like that.
Well, he shot her.
Yeah, well, he shot her.
Yeah.
So what if that's the case where this place plays on your fears? Like you got the dude that seen the bugs. You got the lady what was
the Komodo lady with Elgin?
Yeah, the crackhead lady. She get hired. Well, she used to get hired.
Oh, crackhead lady.
Oh,
the nurse.
Yeah, I got to get better with these names. I don't know why I don't forget that name.
Like they
saying old girl.
Fuck them, man. Yeah, old girl and old boy.
I guess like they like each. I feel like each time somebody gets each new fear adds, it unlocks something in that area. So if you're scared of something, I guess that's gonna be the new thing to play in the area. I don't know.
Well, you remember when the monsters told Boyd that they want to break him, right? Okay, what's your theory on that? Like, why are they fucking with Boyd? They said they want to break him.
Yeah. Cause he top dog.
Why they fucking with Boyd like that, man?
That's
they want to fuck with Boyd. They ain't got no reason to be fucking with Boyd like that.
Man. I mean, he afraid he gonna get broken, I guess. So they're like, yeah, we gonna break you. I don't know. Throw it out there.
They breaking his ass. He broke. He there's a scene where he pointed the fucking gun out the window at the monsters.
That's some nigga shit right there. Because I would be doing this shit every night.
That's some nigga shit.
I'll be doing this shit every night. Bitch, get out my window. What the fuck wrong with you? I'll be wasting ammo like a mug. Blah, blah, blah. Wasting ammo. What about man, I gotta get with they names. Old girl said, if you ain't gonna give me no answers, I mean we ain't seeing eye to eye. So something gotta happen.
Who the scary
what's her name? Yeah, what's her name?
I forgot her name too.
I can bring up this
Sarah.
List.
Sarah.
Yeah. Took my man's eye, bro. She said, I know what to do to get the answer out of you. I know what it takes. She got the answer out.
And she said, Boyd doesn't realize how far he has to go to get what he wants.
Yep.
I'm like, yo, this bitch here. And then they come back. This nigga eye gone. Listen, I got a theory. This marks Elgin's villain arc right now. This nigga Elgin about to become a villain. Straight up. He about to be the bad guy. And here's why. Bad guys wear eye patches. And he gonna need an eye patch. That nigga gonna need an eye patch. He gonna be the villain. if not for forever, he might not be a villain forever, but I have a feeling that this marks his villain arc right now.
Yeah, they've been showing things about, they showed the Civil War soldier. It seemed like he had one of his eyes out too. I don't know if it relates, but yeah, it may be related. I don't know. Since we're talking about reincarnation.
So what if this is like a process that just repeats itself over and over?
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. With the main objective being saving those kids.
Yeah. Also, I think everybody gets reincarnated. I think everybody there was there before, or at least the important ones. Like I don't know if Jim was there before. Jim was probably. I think Jim was like he got caught up in it because he just so happened to be married to Tabitha.
So I guess you keep on coming back until the kids finally get saved.
Yeah. That's really what it boiled down to. Do you remember when the bus first came and that couple, they were it was like a dude and a girl, and they had made a mistake and let one of them in, and then the next time we seen them, old girl had a spike like through the top of her head. She was stuck to a tree. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Now remember that happened. Two things I want to say about that. When they was in a bar, well, actually it's more than that, but Victor's dad had said that one day they was tripping off of acid, and she started having those visions. when that couple showed up and they went into the bar, that was one of the things that the dude said. He was like, maybe you tripping off of acid or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They made a reference to acid. They put her on a tree, and then the Cooley kids that came and got on her knees and was talking to Miranda had a hole in her head, right where old girl had that hole in her head on the tree. I don't know if it's related, but it is for her to have that wound there, the same place old girl had it at. I don't know. Since we're talking about reincarnation.
Okay, but here's the thing about reincarnation, right? That don't make sense to me. How do you get reincarnated except for at birth?
What do you mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, how can okay, if you lived in a different life, a different died, how does it go
Mm-hmm.
to a body except when that body is born? So the girl who had the spear in her head, you know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? She was alive at the same time the other girl was alive that had the same mark.
No, the Cooley kid. They did.
Oh, okay, damn. I'm thinking about the girl in the tree.
Nah.
Never mind.
The Cooley. The one that actually finally started talking to her, that went and sat in front of Miranda. Remember, she had like looked like a gunshot. She had
Tabitha?
specific. Yeah, when she was talking to Tabitha. Yeah, same thing, Miranda. Remember, she had the little girl. If you go back and look at it, she got that in the
Well,
same spot where old girl had hers at.
I'm just
And
saying
remember, they
that
showed that
that's like
randomly.
that's like calling Christ
Yeah. So you get what I'm saying? Like, she had that same mark there. So it gotta be like, I'm just thinking that maybe it's related some sort of way, since we're talking about reincarnation. And then it would make sense too, because that Unkui kid died centuries ago. So if it was her and she came back, that means that was her again. And they didn't get a chance to meet her, but she died with that same, mark on her head. And the time lines up too, because it was like Victor been there for like 40 years, right? So some time has passed. Victor's dad is older, but Miranda died 40 years ago. So that would be the same age as Miranda now. Tabitha, well, that would be the same. Miranda died 40 years ago, so that would be the same age as Tabitha now. Yeah.
yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah.
It
So
can't be
like
more than
yeah,
that. Whatever she was, it
she
won't be
got
more than that.
Tabitha gotta be it gotta be around 40 years old.
Yeah, for sure.
The coolie.
But that's a hell of a this shit crazy, man. Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about okay. So here's what we don't know. What's up with them goddamn bottles? People are saying that the numbers in those bottles from different time frames, right? But obviously they're from different time frames because they happened in the past. But people think that people are coming there from different time periods. Like for instance, if Tabitha and Jim came in from 2018, Boyd came in from 2023. You know what I'm saying? And somebody else 2001. You know what I'm saying? But they all end up there around the same time. So they're not only from from different places, but they from different times as well. And they saying that the theory is they shouldn't call it from, they should call it when. You get what I'm saying? Because it's about time travel. But that don't make sense. Because if that was the case, why is Victor's dad the same age as he would be if the timeline was correct? Because remember, Tabitha went back to the real world, met with Victor's dad, and brought him back. So it's not like she wouldn't be seeing he wouldn't have like Victor's dad wouldn't have came back and saw his child 40 years older if he was from a time frame where Victor didn't age 40 years. You get what I'm saying? Wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense. But that's a theory that some people have. So what do y'all think is going on with the numbers in the bottoms?
Musical notes. Ain't that's what they
Thinking you
said?
said
Ain't that's what
musical
they
notes?
said? You figured that out. Remember, that's why he's playing the
That's what
violin.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Is that why I must have missed that shit? I gotta go back and watch it then because I must have missed that part.
Yeah, that's where he said they figured out the notes because Jim said, because remember the man in yellow said, with knowledge comes a price. Jim was the one that said maybe they're musical notes because there's 12 notes in a what did he say? It's 12 notes in a clef. Is that what
In
he
a
said? Something
chord?
like that. But anyway, not a chord. It was another word that he used, but he said it's 12, and that's what sparked Jay to be like, "Oh, you right." And he told Jim to go get the violin. So when he went to go get the violin, he played. They was able to decipher. Remember, Jay started putting the numbers together, and then he started hearing the song in his head. He said, "I know this song."
Yeah.
And Jim was like, "Wait a minute, do we think we should?" It just popped in your head. Do you think we should even play the song? Because you know what I'm saying. So they went to the tree and played the song. That's what brought the Uncooey kids out. They told them, "Remember."
Yeah.
Yeah. And remember, Victor said that his mom used to play it. That's why he had it, I believe. Because he had Jay play it.
And that
Remember
song
earlier
wasn't
in
the
like
same
season
song.
2.
That wasn't the same song that Jim and
Say that again.
remember Jim and Tabitha got a favorite song, which also Jim and Tabitha have a favorite song, which also happens to be Victor's mom's favorite song. You remember?
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't say if it was the song that they was playing, but what I will say, I think she would have recognized it if it was. But the first time that Victor
Right.
had Jay play the violin, it was like "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" or something like that.
I think it's a song when Boyd was locked in the dungeon and the little thing was playing and he was like, "Hurry up and stop it."
Yeah,
It might be that.
it might be that. Yeah, for real.
So that brings us back to the old motherfucker that was locked up in the dungeon. Who was it? Who the fuck was that?
I don't know, but he recognized Julie. And that was the crazy part, that we went back all the way to like season 2, season 1 or something like that, and realized that she was the one that threw the rope down.
That was weird.
Yeah, because here's the thing. This is why I like to highlight that, because like sometimes like people will watch it in a linear. You can't watch now that you know what they're doing, you can no longer watch this series in a linear way. You got to look at it in a multilateral way, because remember when that happened, everybody like, well, why did they do that? That didn't even make sense. That was just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Then they go back and come back and show you. So now going forward, you got to look at it and be like, every time they show you something you don't understand it, oh, they're gonna come back to that. They're gonna explain that.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah,
So that's the thing.
that's any show. Like you should always, if y'all out there listening, you watching the show and you don't know why they throwing it in there. It's always going to be a reason. Like they make a whole scene, like that scene where Ethan and Julie was sitting at the table. And they was talking about jumping, like story jumping and shit like that. The shit like that you got to pay attention to. There's a reason why they're putting that in the show.
Yeah.
That's a clue. You get what I'm saying? Shit
Yeah.
like that you gotta hone into and be like, oh,
Right.
okay, let me pay attention to this because this is important. Even the part with the storybook, like you were saying earlier. Like there's a reason why they read that story in the beginning of the show. Why it's
Yeah.
Ethan's favorite book? There's a
Yep.
reason for all that.
Shit.
Yep.
I mean, when I first seen it though, because he was in that well or wherever he was at, you know what I mean? And that rope literally came out of nowhere. Literally.
Right.
You get what I mean? It was like, it seemed like plot, like you said, plot armor. Like they're trying to, you know what I mean, saving the main character. Let's find a way. And then, like Lapierre said, it was dope how they actually went and foretold that she was the one who threw the rope down, and that shit was dope.
Which, you know what that tells me is that they telling a story backwards. But we can't see it yet because we can't put together the parts. But the fact that they showed us something and then went back to show us how it happened means they telling us the story backwards. Because why would they show us him getting the rope first?
Yeah.
But then that's what they showed us last.
Oh, I think that's
right.
That's actually
I think you also said.
But I think that's like they wanted, like that was how they should have. That was the only way they could do that, is to show him getting the rope first and make you wonder where the hell that rope came from. But you hear it. You know what I'm saying? Locked in the dungeon, you can hear his voice. So you
breaking up.
Yeah. But yeah, that shit is that was dope though.
Story backwards.
Yeah, I mean that is a hell of a theory. Who knows? They probably is. I don't know. But I don't think this thing is gonna stop anytime soon though. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna drop like a couple more seasons in this joint.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, this thing about to go on and on and on. But which is, clever on their behalf. Like you said, they got an open field now. You know what I mean? Like they can ride it towards any direction they wanted to because it's just so broad. You know what I mean? Which is great storytelling. Like, you know, it adds to the imagination. Like niggas just we making up theories now. Like niggas just making up theories and shit.
Exactly. And the thing about it too is they know what the end goal is. Don't ever think that a company is going to invest money into any writers or any script that doesn't have an end. So the theory of them just making it up as they go along is non-existent. They can't do that.
Yeah,
you know like, nobody's going to be giving them millions of dollars in a budget to be like, what y'all gonna do now? What y'all gonna do this?
That would be great.
I be like, bro, think about it from a business standpoint. Like, would you invest in a business with somebody who don't have the idea all the way together?
Right.
They know what the end game is, and they know what the twist is. And the people that got the money, they like, I like that. I like that. I like how that's going to end. Now, what they're doing is to spread the money because of the money that they're making. They branching out the story, right? Because you could tell the story about the turtle beating the hare, but you also could talk about the pitfalls they may have went through on that road down the race. You understand what I'm saying? That's the job of a writer, to take you on a journey. You know what I'm saying? Take you on an expedition. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the job of a writer. So at this point, the actors may not know the end goal because they're reading the script as it goes. And that's how they keep the plausible deniability with the actors. So the actors don't slip up and say what it is. But they're learning. They learn before you, but not too much before you. When they're filming, they know. And then you find out. You understand what I'm saying? But they wouldn't make the mistake of giving them the end of it so they can spoil it.
That is how you create longevity. Shit, they can't, you know, they can't just get to the end. They gotta definitely keep you engaged in the story.
Yeah, think about the fact that we're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
Whether we know it or not, we making them money. Because whoever listening to this gonna be like, man, you know what? If we good enough, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna go check it out. Guess what? That's views.
You see that, folks? That's why y'all gotta come. Y'all gotta come to War as Usual. Hit that like button. Get these motherfucking views up so that MGM Perkins cut us a check. Straight up.
For sure.
We're gonna drop our own show called Where At.
Where you from?
Where you from, nigga?
Where you from?
I mean, you're gonna be stuck in the hood. forever until you find
Hey,
a
we
way
could
to
do
get
that
out.
though, low key.
Until you find a way to get out.
We could.
And you got to
Be
save the
honest.
children.
The children of Israel.
There you go.
Yeah, but I think they in a good space right now. You know what I'm saying? Where they go with the writing, I don't know, but I like the way it's going. Like the replay value because of what they've shown us so far is very high. Because I find myself going back
Hey,
to old
that's his
episodes based on
job.
the theories
My
and stuff
bad.
like that.
My bad.
I'm
I
going
got
back to no, you good.
That's his job.
I got him.
All right, my bad. No, you were saying?
No, I was gonna say that I like the rewatch value of it already because I actually, even though we had season 3 and we gotta wait until 2026 to get a new season, I can go back and rewatch every episode from season 1 to season 3, and it'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how good it is.
And then you find out new clues. You start to go back or whatnot to piece the puzzle together or whatnot.
Because I don't know how you are when you watching that stuff, but for me, when I watch, even if I'm at the movies or I'm at home, when I turn on a movie, I don't like to move. I know, like at home, you got the ability to pause, and now I will pause, go do what I got to do, come back, pause. But while the movie is going, I don't like to move. I like to engulf myself in every thing so I don't miss nothing.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like some people could be talking and just get up, walk away, go in the bathroom, come back, and be like, "Yeah,
like
missing everything." And I'll be like,
"You
"Bro,
missed
I
the
don't
whole
know how
plot
you
after that."
You know,
this shit. One little scene can make you miss the whole story and shit. Like you don't even know what's going on.
Right. Or even just make the story better. You know what I'm saying? Just one-off dialogue that they may be having could make the story that much better for you. But I'm just one of those people, like when I go to the movies, like I don't get up during the movie. Like I can't remember the last time I got up maybe once, but since I've been younger, me getting up in the middle of a movie to go to the bathroom, like I'll sit there and I'll just have to hold it because I don't want to miss nothing. And if I do go, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I still got to watch it because I don't want to miss nothing that the writers put in there to give me the feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
I get you. I get it. Listen, I'm right here with you. I get you. Man.
Yeah.
From
check it out.
It's a fire show. Fire show. I remember the first time I seen that joint, I was at Kanat crib. So like, man, you're from? I was like, I don't know about this. He put it on. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Niggas watch like 3 episodes that whole night. I was like, oh shit.
That's crazy. I just literally stumbled upon it. Like I was like searching, you know what I'm saying? Because I watch a lot of series and I happened to see it and I seen the actor and I was like, you know what? Let me check this out. Let me see what's going on. I turned it on that first episode and I was like, dog, I'm about to just see how this ends. And then after because remember, y'all was talking about it and I wasn't saying nothing. Y'all didn't even know I was watching it. You know?
I remember.
What you call it? Like I didn't even say nothing because I didn't want to seem like I was like, oh, because y'all saying I'm watching. I said I'm watching it. No, I was really watching that shit already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that shit dope, man. That shit. It really reminds me of a superpower that controls everything. No matter what good they do or bad, they can't get out, and they're stuck there. Like that's Israel. You know what I mean? That shit sounds
40 years in the wilderness.
That.
How old is Victor? Victor been there 40 years.
40 years. You're right. Yeah. See, you know what I mean?
40 years in the wilderness, man.
Yeah, man. Shit.
But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. You know what I'm saying? You got to wait till 2026 to get the new iteration of whatever the hell is going on. But I'm satisfied.
Old as hell, though. They're going to be looking different.
I mean, maybe. Because here's the thing. If it's premiering in 2026, that means they finna start filming now. So you still going to get how they are now. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not going to wait till 2026 because they film it a whole year in advance and then we get it. That's why we got to wait that time. And that's a good lesson for people to understand about video production. a lot of times when you get stuff, it's back stuff. It's not when it happened. They don't shoot the movie 6 months prior to and then drop the movie really. Sometimes video production will be happening for a year advance before you even see it. It's old to the person that's doing it, but new to the people who haven't experienced it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just a lesson for people that's out there that's even doing music. If you're doing, don't rush. You know what I mean? Because when you rush, you miss out on what something can potentially be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to hold some stuff in reserve. You know what I'm saying? And then put it out when the time is right. You know what I'm saying? Like we in this microwave era right now where people think I got something, I gotta put it out. I gotta put it out. I got it. I need to show the world now. But you don't, because everything doesn't. Think about the algorithm of YouTube, right? Certain channels, when you go to your channel, like if you have a YouTube channel, anybody that got a YouTube channel can attest to this if you really like posting. Your channel tells you the people that subscribe what times they're watching your channel. So it would be stupid to post your videos at 12 o'clock noon on a Monday or a Tuesday when everybody that watch your channel is on Wednesday night, Thursday night. Now I know what you're saying. Well, if it's there Monday or Tuesday, they gonna see it Wednesday or Thursday. Here's the problem with that. Those stats are not based on like they're going to get to you. That's when they usually tune into your shit.
That's when they
so
own.
if you right, exactly, that's when they own. So if you miss that window, guess what happened? Their attention goes to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's the grab here. You know what I'm saying? So again, outside of all that, I wish I could create something as good as From on a smaller level to grow, but that sci-fi thriller, you know what I'm saying? Like the writers, even the videography is really good. The director likes to shoot in thirds. If you watch the videos or you watch the scenes, most of the time the scene will have a person, like imagine a square, right? The person who's talking is imagine taking a square and cutting it into thirds. The person who's talking is usually in the far right third or the far left third, and then they have like the rest of the screen there to show the background. It's something that the director is doing, you know, the videographer, you know what I'm saying? Something that I noticed. I just, you know, that's nerd shit. But I noticed they like to shoot in thirds. So next time you watch it, you will see somebody standing there, they're talking, and they're close to the edge of the screen, and you can see the background. They're not in the middle of the screen, they on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see that.
That made me think of something. Remember the scene where was it Fatima and her man was trying to race back to the greenhouse?
Yeah.
Hey, Select.
Nigga.
Real quick. My bad. I was gonna say that's called the power of I was trying to say it, but my phone's muted. That's called the power of thirds.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you good. Oh.
No. I was
talking about Fatima in the greenhouse.
Huh? Nah. But yeah, never mind. I don't know.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
When it was driving in the car and it was cutting back to Fatima going to the husband and it was fucking nigga. I was thinking like I know Lafayette is enjoying this scene right here.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking that too, like that shit was fire as fuck. How they cut
it was
camera and shit. That shit was fire.
Yeah. See, those are the type of things that mean something to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they create it creates a atmosphere, how you shoot things, the angles. People don't think that it matter. Like that's why it's the difference between professionals and amateurs. An amateur just tell you point the camera, shoot it, record it. That's good enough. But a perfectionist or a person that understands, you know, color, understands mode, will tell you, don't stand right there, stand here. Don't look here, put your eyes here, put your eyes there. You understand what I'm saying? Those little things create the atmosphere for the consumer.
I dig it.
You know, so
Fair.
Yeah,
nigga, shit, man. It's coming soon. Listen, it's coming soon. Torch Films It's coming soon. Y'all be on standby. You know what I mean? Hold tight. Full out production is about to roll out, man. You're gonna see everything. We're about to do movies, DVDs, CDs, all of that. You know what I'm saying?
DVDs, masterpiece. Listen, I don't even care about being on Tubi. Like, to be honest with you, one of my goals is to get a movie on Tubi.
Oh,
you know, most niggas be like, "Oh, it's Tubi movies," but shit, nigga, like Tubi is a spot. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with Tubi, like, so, and I feel like I was up on Tubi before anybody was. Nigga, I was on Tubi like watching.
I'm still not up on Tubi, to be honest. Yeah.
All the Detroit movies is on Tubi. You need to watch them shits. I'm telling you, gonna fuck with it. And it's free. It's free.
It's free,
free. Everything is free 99 on that motherfucker. You could download it right now. You can start watching movies tonight. You ain't got to sign up or nothing.
God damn.
But independent black movies are there. That's where you want to go for independent black movies. You know what I'm saying? Support black people that's making movies. You know what I'm saying? Black directors, black producers, black actors. You know what I'm saying? That's the place to go.
Yeah, the last one I seen, it was a Passover. The last Passover. Mm-hmm. We went to one of the sisters' cribs or whatever for like, I guess for breakfast or whatever. But they was watching some Tubi movie where the chick, you know what I mean, was setting up dudes for him. You'll go out and rob them. And I was like, it's pretty dope. It was shot in Detroit too. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, once you turn it on and they start talking, when you hear them say "What up, though," it's a Detroit movie. Or if you see Detroit hat, you know that's Detroit. If they say "What up, though," that's Detroit. That's our thing. That's what we say.
I can dig it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess we could jump into this next topic or whatever.
Dude, the next topic is generational curses, man. Generational curses. Yeah, so what we had on that? Talking about child abuse, gentle parenting, what's effective, right? Basically on raising your child, right? Because I mean, with the topic itself, the title and the topic, generational curses, is that where we have these parents got trauma from their parents. So when they become parents, they pass on that trauma to their child.
Right.
When that child become a parent, the cycle continues. So,
right.
Well, what's the solution? What's the word? What we got on that?
Well, I would just say, and you know, I'm gonna be honest. My viewpoint on this is very. I don't have a lot to say about this because I think it's very cut and dry. But I'll say this: generational curses, right? Even when it comes to disciplining your children, part of discipline is not just telling them when they're doing something wrong, but part of discipline is telling them what they should be doing and what they should not be doing. So a lot of generational curses get passed down just off of habit alone, just habit. Your grandmother ate pork chops, so you gave it to your children. And then your children grow up eating pork chops. It becomes a pastime. They remember those days like they're great days, and so they give it to their children. So the same thing happens with any pagan practice. You celebrate Christmas, you celebrate, Thanksgiving, whatever. Those generational curses get passed down as traditions in families. And then we wonder why is our family so tore apart? Because most of our families still have that divide. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but what I am saying is that that's part of the fabric of Black families. Even when we try to come together on supposed holidays, these, Thanksgivings, Christmases, and things like that, we usually run into a problem. You know what I'm saying? There's usually something that's happening in the home that is, being covered up by this. So my point is, the generational curse gets passed down by habit, And I think that even when it comes down to discipline the children, you're disciplining your children in a way to be, most people in America, most black people in America, blacks, Hispanics, and natives are disciplining their children in a way to be objective to the Most High.
Facts. I agree. I 100% agree. I do want to pose this question. Because, listen, I ain't got no you. You know what I mean? So, I just, speak on, the wisdom I'm taught through the eyes of PK and experiences from brothers like y'all who got actual children. But at what age do you think is it like, I don't want to say too late, but what age do you think where certain disciplinary actions are no longer like useful? Like when do you transition be from this is my child, I'll tell you what to do? Cause you gonna grow up they're gonna eventually want to be their own person. So when does it become this is my child, I'll tell you what to do, or now I give you the game? Like what time frame does that happen, do you think?
I think everybody, the United States will round it off as 18. Grave mistake. Because just because you're 18, it's two things that have to come into play. Just because you're 18 doesn't mean that your parents or the people that's above you were teaching you the right things up until that time. Number two, that your mind is able to grasp and make good decisions. I'll give you an example. In the black community, most of the times, parents is like at 18, they kicking their kids out, kicking them into the world without even teaching them about half of the shit that they went through. Whether it was credit, whether it was keeping your name clean, whether it was, whatever it was, taxes, how to do those things we don't generally teach our children at 18. We kick them out into the world, kind of let them go and feel their way out, right? So I wouldn't put an age on it, but I would say that from the beginning of birth, a father's job is to direct. A father's job is to instill discipline, which is why he's not loved in the home, because he's the disciplinary. The man is the disciplinary. So it only makes sense for the woman and the child, or the woman primarily, to want the man out of the house, because he brings discipline. He brings discipline to that woman. He brings discipline to that children. So if we live in a society where discipline is looked at as slavery, right? People are going to rebel against that shit. You know what I'm saying? Most women going to rebel against a man being in the home because he brings discipline. This is why you Christian men, when birthdays and Father's Day come around, you get the same old socks. They don't treat you like they treat Big Mama. They don't treat you like they treat the mother, because of the fact that mother brings love. She doesn't bring discipline. She's not going to discipline. Even her forms of discipline are mastered by children. Think about how many children be like, mama just yelling. She yell. But it isn't until she be like, I'm gonna tell your father, because father is the executioner. You feel what I'm saying? He the one that brings the being level. You feel what I'm saying? So, sorry, I feel like I'm rambling, but
no. You spot on. You still spot on. I just want to add to the question. If you would continue to add your input, like, so let's say the child turns 25 as a father, do you still discipline them? If they turn 26 and they make a mistake, like what is your step from there? What do you say to them if they mess up at age 25, 26, 27 or some shit?
Right. At that point, you're not disciplining. This is what you have to do. From a parent, you start off as a nurturer, then you become a teacher, right? Then you become a drill sergeant, and then you become an advisor. Those are the steps. Those are only steps that you have. When you become an advisor, when they 25 and they older like that, only thing you can do is an advise. You're no longer a disciplinary person. You can't discipline at this point. You can't go in there and knock your 25, 26-year-old son over the head because he didn't do X, Y, and Z. You can't do that. But what you can do is advise. And now, here's the thing that Black people, Hispanics, and natives forget, and it's not made a big issue. You have to learn how to reason. Reason is a big thing. So many people want to get to the checking. You want to check somebody. You want to check the child. You want to nip it in the bud. But some people at a certain age, when they get to a certain age, you have to learn how to reason with them, because if you check somebody in the wrong time that you can reason with, you will offend them. This is what happened with our children. They're at the point of reasoning, but instead of reasoning with them, we're trying to check them. We're trying to cuss them out. We're trying to beat them over the head. This is not the time for that. This is the time to be able to reason and talk to their inner self. What's the word I'm looking for? This is the time when you're reasoning with them, that you're talking to their logic. You have to be logical with children at a certain point. And a lot of parents, what they do is they don't know the shift with their children because they are working. Now, again, I'm not blaming the children. I'm not blaming the parents or the child. The system that we're in is robbing us of a lot of things: money, time, nurturing time, teaching time. The system requires that we work in order just to sustain basic things, and we refrain from things like teaching our children, loving our children, showing them, who God is. That's how the system is made. So most parents don't know when the season changes. I hate to sound Christian, but the season changes, just like it's getting cold down here in Florida, and it's a violent change. But the people who are, how can I say, are looking ahead, they know, okay, around this time, the season changes. It's like hurricane season for us. We know hurricane season is coming. You should be preparing. So even with your children, you can see when they start to make decisions. You give them tests and see how their decision making is going, and then you learn the time where it's time to reason and stop trying to smack them upside the head or cuss them out or use negative connotations to try to motivate them. Yeah. Calling your son a dumb motherfucker, you think is gonna make him feel like, well, she ain't gonna call me dumb, I'm gonna prove her wrong. No, it may have the opposite effect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not how you do it.
Yeah. God.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's a season, and parents have to be, we are natural farmers. So everything that we do is going to be based on farming. There's a time to plant. I mean, am I saying the Bible or not? There's a time to plant. There's a time to sow. There's a time to reap. It's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. We're farmers. You're a farmer, Negro. You're a farmer. You got to learn how to farm your kids. You planted the seed. Now you got to know when it's time to plant, who to plant into, when it's time to water, when it's time to trim, and when it's time to let blossom.
Facts. 100%. I agree. Real nigga. That's real shit, man. That's real shit. Real talk, man. Yeah, because, I mean, like what you said as far as with the check-in, like a lot of parents that's their go-to no matter what. And I know for me, you know what I mean, growing up in the Haitian household, they don't give a fuck what age you is. That shit is like, you know what I'm saying? I brought you into this world. That's that. You're going to do what I tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, your child is going to be there. They want to be their own person. They want to figure out things for themselves. They want to see things for themselves. They want to, have their own experiences. You know what I'm saying? And certain, like you said, certain things can hinder that to make them, deter from, their goals in life. Like they can lose track of who they are if you're not careful. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I agree.
And I'm not even saying that what the parents are doing is I won't say right or wrong, but what I would say is I understand why you would come from that, where they would come from that angle of trying to check a child. Right? They're trying to check children when it's time to reason with them, when they want to cuss them out, because fear is fear. When mothers in slavery, I'm gonna say this: when wives in slavery saw their husband who was in control in the home get beat by somebody that's above him, they didn't want that for their children. So what was the father doing that caused that? You know what he was doing? He was stepping up. He was speaking out. He was being a man. He was going against oppression. You know, he was standing up against the system. And the woman saw that, and they saw what they did to him. They beat him. They castrated him. They plucked his eyes out. They drowned him. They put a cotton gin around his neck. You understand what I'm saying? They shot him on the side of the road. These are the things they did. So a mother's natural instinct would be to protect my child. So guess what? Don't speak up. Don't say, don't be a man. Because being a man, being a black man will get you killed. You understand what I'm saying? So when they're parenting, you're parenting out of fear. But we all can always go back to the scriptures. When you go into the Apocrypha and you go into that story where, and this is the mindset that women have to have with their children. Women who are, this kind of going off into something else. I'm gonna just say this and I'm gonna get off of this, but
say it.
Women who are single with children, especially men. There's a woman in the Bible that has 7 sons, and she watched every single one of them get tortured, but they stood on business. They stood on business. And she was willing to give them up for them standing on principle, for them to lose their life. And what has to happen in the hood is that in the hood, these mothers have to teach their children the right way and be willing for them to lose them because they live the right way. I know that sounds weird, but the establishment is telling you eat pork, do this, do that, do this. They went against that and they lost their life. Most women and most even men, I'm not just gonna put it on the women, but most men and women within the hood, they afraid for their children to die, like any respectable parent would be. But sometimes instead of those children dying for nothing over blocks and colors, maybe they should be dying over something that really means something. I'm not gonna sell drugs in my community. I'm gonna go to school. If they gonna shoot my child down for doing the right thing, guess what? The Most High gave them to me. He'll give them back to me. That's some real shit.
That's 100%.
Real shit.
That's 100%.
Real shit.
Nah, real talk, man. I mean, and they won't. I mean, necessarily. I won't say it won't happen, but it's just like, you know, they're like, we already have this preconceived notion that if they do these things, that they will live. Like if they go against the grain, like they already know that they possibly might lose their life, right? But going with the grain is what? Eating that pork. You know what I'm saying? Going with the grain is, being in their world, being part of their customs. They have the notion, or we have the notion as a people that there's a possibility that they will live. And when their life is cut short, we act surprised as if, because, all the teachers that we taught us, but it's like, like you said, like it's still cut short, even with the grain. So why not make it something that's I'm not saying it's less valuable, but something that's, more impactful if you went against the grain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why not make it? Right. Yeah, but know.
And that's people loving life. That mother with those 7 sons, told the youngest, like, he's like, I'm gonna take my punishment like my brothers. It wasn't like they all 7 got put in the pot and roasted and scalped and all at the same time. This was done in succession. So they was able to see what happened to the brother before them. Right? They was able to see that. When he was ready to cut the limbs off, he said, yeah, you can cut my fingers off. You can take them because the Most High gave them to me. He can give me some more. We love our children. Don't get me wrong. But we can't fathom the fact that these children coming into the world, that they have a war that they got to fight. And what we try to do, I don't know if you ever seen that movie Glory, but it was a war movie. It was about the 14th Regiment. I think it was the first like black.
That's the one with Denzel, right?
With Denzel, Matthew Broderick, right?
Yeah, I forgot.
So anyway, in the beginning, he was a head of an army. Matthew Broderick, white guy, was over a black regiment. He went into war in the beginning of the movie, and then when the war happened, he got so scared he started seeing people dying. He just laid down and went to sleep in the middle of the war and woke up. And then they ended up making him like the first black, I don't know, leader of black men in a war, right? The point I'm making is this. We love our children, but we can't fathom the fact that these children come into this world and they got a war that they have to fight. We want them to lay down in the middle of this war and just make it to the end. But like you said, we try to go against the system. We know we're going to lose our life. But here's the thing, what people are not looking at, we go with the system and we still losing our lives. So it's better for us to stand for something and have that same posture as the woman in the Apocrypha did, knowing that my children won't go against God. My children won't go against God, and they may lose their life. They may lose their life not going against God, but it's okay. That's the world that we live in. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
I mean, that's a tough ordeal. Like for somebody to go through with that, and I mean, it's the same day and age, but that's a tough ordeal. Like she had to be, you know, tapped in. She was tapped in with the Most High. Like, I ain't folding, I ain't bending. I mean, it could happen though. I mean,
and she only did it because of what she saw.
Yeah.
You know why? I'm gonna hit you with something. You know why that woman has so much strength to do that? Because she's seen it before her. How do I know that? Who did Abraham have to sacrifice?
His son.
Right? But you know what Abraham said before he had to sacrifice Isaac?
What's that?
This is what he said. I'm paraphrasing. From the grave I got him. Abraham understood that Isaac was dead before. Mm-hmm. He understood that he was dead and he received him from the grave. So if he had to sacrifice him, if he go to the grave, the Most High could bring him back. Mm-hmm. That's why the sacrifice ain't nothing. Everybody like, oh, you got to sacrifice. Not Noah, but Abraham had to sacrifice Isaac. Such a tough decision. Yeah, he loved him. But he knows that the Most High can bring him back, which is the same thing that the woman in the Apocrypha knew. She knew. That's why she told him, take it like a man. Go ahead, take it like your brothers did, because I know if he taking your skin off your bones and taking your fingers and all that, the Most High can replace it. Mm-hmm. That's what Abraham knew about Isaac. That's why, like, how would you even sacrifice your son? You know why? Because I know I'm gonna get him back. This spirit that I send to the Most High that he's requiring, he can send back to me. That's cold-blooded. And they overlooked that. You trying to figure out where the woman with the 7 sons got her faith from? By reading the Old Testament, by reading the 5 books of Moses, by reading that story, by understanding what Abraham had to do. That's where she got it from. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Nah, you right though.
I just read the Bible. I don't know.
It was in our culture to think like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hold that thought. Let me use the bathroom real quick, man. I'm gonna run right back.
Yeah. And why do people think like, even when it comes to the soldiers, right? When you read the Bible, you read about soldiers, they go into war, you know what I'm saying? They ready to die. How can you be ready to die, right? As a soldier, you ready to die because you have the understanding about reincarnation, so you know you're going to come back. It's a sad thing to have to leave your wife, your wives, your children to go fight for the Most High, but this is the one. You might make it out. Even if you don't, guess what? You're going to come back. And with that type of understanding, you can go and fight with everything that you got. You don't have to, hold back. You don't have to be afraid fighting that war. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you will come back. Abraham understood that about Isaac. The woman in the apocrypha understood that about the 7 sons. So she was able to have that faith and give them that. Yeah, they went through excruciating pain. They went through something, but she knew. And just like our lives now, we understand, like, we don't know in our past life what we went through. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, in your past life, you probably got hung on the tree. You don't know. It probably was the most excruciating pain you ever felt, but you don't know. You here now. You right? So, I mean, that's all I got on it.
Nah. You exactly right, man. It's just the options that we have. That's the duality of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got the gentle parenting. You got, the success of people who, went with the grain. You got all these other options out there where people just thinking like, I don't have to. I mean, which is no different from her, but now it's much more because it's in your face 24/7.
Right.
24/7. Like, I don't have to serve the Most High. I don't have to do this. I don't have to take it that serious. As long as they're, making money and they're doing this, I'm content with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But not knowing their life is still in jeopardy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, people, the way we, a lot of times, the way people parent is because they're doing it out of fear, right? And the biggest fear for any parent is the child losing their lives, right? But understanding who they are and the understanding of reincarnation and how the Most High work, it's never going to be an easy task. But having your children, gentle parenting to basically kind of, and what I consider, and I'm gonna be honest, every time when I hear gentle parenting, I just think about white people parenting. You know what I'm saying? And
there's definitely some white people shit.
I just think that that's, white people parenting, and that parenting always comes back to bite them, because the stuff that white children are able to get away with in the household, I would have been killed for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have died doing some of this stuff. I was watching a video. I know it's super old and they brought it back recently. White kid at Thanksgiving dinner, he having the whole tantrum in time. He flipped the whole table over with the food on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Man, you come on, man. My mom was on my head if I didn't finish the food that I had in front of me, the little scraps that we had. If I went and threw that shit away, I was getting my ass whooped. This motherfucker flip a whole table full of food that people didn't pay for. They got people there. It's like 20 people there. Bro, they get away with shit that we could never get away with. You know what I'm saying? That's gentle parenting. Yeah. Ain't no way you able to flip a table and still able to walk the next day. You know what I'm saying?
That's your future school shooter right there.
Exactly. Exactly. No boundaries, no fear.
Yep.
Black people, especially Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives, what we try to do is create that. You have to establish that level of fear within a child for them to And when I say fear, not fear like scared of you, but fear of what will happen type of thing. Like how you fear the Most High is how you should fear your parents for the most part. There's something
Nah,
gonna
fear is
happen.
good.
That's the fear. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Nah, fear is good. It's
Yeah,
good to have a level of fear, like you know what I
yeah.
mean, amongst
It
the
keeps you
child.
alive.
Yeah, facts,
It
facts.
keeps you
You know
alive.
what I'm saying? At least you can learn or get a sense of the consequences from your parents than learn it in the real world. You know what I mean, or out there
Exactly.
in the world, because they ain't gonna have no mercy on you. They ain't gonna have no
No,
compassion on you with their consequences. You know what I'm saying?
no, not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all. And some of these hard-headed Negroes that's coming out now, that's being born. I'm just speaking as a man. This isn't. I'm not saying this is. I'm just speaking as a man. These hard-headed Negroes that's coming out, that's killing and is doing all this stuff, and all this time, like these was these niggas in the wilderness that had to die off. It's them same niggas that's coming back killing everybody. These niggas. That's them. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I'm speaking as a man.
This
Like
nigga
niggas,
wild.
they gotta come back at some point. These niggas is wild. Killing niggas for no reason. Like, who is these niggas?
Oh man. Yeah, nah, yeah. I mean, listen. All I know in the wilderness, man, I know that must have been rough too.
Oh yeah,
Imagine trying to parent your child in the wilderness. You
man,
got no food, you got nothing. Man, I can
man.
understand, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like what we in today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're in a place where we're being judged from God. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's like you said, a lot of people just scared. Just
yeah,
scared. They fear.
yeah. 40
Afraid of
years in
what's
the
gonna happen.
desert. They was making babies too. They had to.
Facts.
It
Yeah.
wasn't like, we just 40 years, a whole generation had to die out. But ain't nobody with no 40 years and ain't clapping no cheeks and no babies being born.
Right,
I
God.
don't, hell no.
Yeah.
I know that's not true. So
Right. Oh, 40 years.
40
Yeah.
years, nah, man, hell nah. Boy,
God.
babies is being born and created.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
But
Raise the kids. Man, listen. We gonna need these, we gonna need each other at the end of the day to build this family.
yeah,
And it starts with starting all over again. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
the concepts we thought of about parenting in this society, we have to wipe that away and start from scratch. Like how did we deal with each other when it comes to relations within the household prior to slavery? Like that's something that we should fascinate ourselves with. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, what did we do? How do we talk? How do we interact? How do we, discipline? What were the disciplinary reactions? Like, all that stuff, because the longer we stay here, the more we pull from their society, you know what I'm
right,
saying? Which is causing these curses, you know what I'm saying? Causing
right,
these traumas and all that stuff, man.
right,
It's
right.
unfortunate.
And this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it, but and then also too, you have children, so you got a blank canvas. It's probably too late because we at the end of the world. I don't know, but I'm gonna just say that you got this blank canvas. You got this child. Instead of telling them how the world really is, you also give them fake hopes and aspirations and things like that, and then send them out into the world for them to get crushed because you think that it's a good way for them to learn when you can just teach them instinctively how to feel about this world. You've been here X amount of years and have seen the turmoil, how people are out there, and we still don't know the seasons of our own children when they start to think rational, when they start to able to make different decisions, but we hold stuff back from them for whatever reason. We don't want to expose certain things to them early enough. But why send your child that you love into this world with a lack of knowledge, knowing that it's people out there that is willing to take advantage of people that have a lack of knowledge? They took advantage of you and your lack of knowledge. So why get a child and not tell them everything as soon as they able to understand why 1 and 1 equals 2? at that point, you got to start. I'm not saying as a child, you telling them about slavery, like, you know, the graphic details, but there should be a progression in the knowledge in which you give your children so that by the time they are adult age, they're able to see the world for what it is. And it's possible. That only makes sense. I would never want to send my child out here not knowing what it is. Some women don't want to tell the truth to they girls. Men don't want to tell the truth to their sons, and that's part of the problem. If we don't tell them the truth, they're gonna go out here and make the same mistakes. And here's the real fucked up part. We don't prepare them. We send them out there, then they make mistakes, and then we punish them. We punish them when we were in the forefront and was able to warn them. Now again, because you have children, they become their own people. So in order to clear, how can I say it? You have parents who feel bad about the way their children turned out to a certain degree. A lot of times they feel bad because they know they didn't do all they should have done. The way you don't feel bad is when you've done and taught your child everything that the Most High said that you're supposed to teach them. And if they decide to go that other way, that's that spirit that's going the other way. You can relieve yourself from that guilt if you've done everything you're supposed to do. If you haven't done everything you're supposed to do, then yeah, that guilt is going to creep in. Like, maybe it was my fault that my son or my daughter turned out like this. But that's why it's so important that we bring people into the school. We bring people in as quick as we can, because if we can get to those children in early enough time, we can change an entire generation.
Facts.
And I'm done with it.
Nah, that's 100%. Facts, man. You know, this world, the trajectory is get them young and give them fun.
Yeah, that's what the world is doing.
Yeah.
They getting the kids young.
Yo,
the younger
when
you look at streaming numbers, right? When you look at music, you look at streaming numbers. You think those are all adults listening to that shit 1,000 times? Those is kids.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to say it, but the rap artists and stuff out here that's out here, those billion streams ain't coming from hard working adults. We at work too much to be listening to that shit 1 billion times. It's kids that don't got shit to do and got time. They get programmed in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All those streams and shit that these rappers and singers is getting is come from little kids playing that shit over and over and over again, because that's what a child will do. Repetition. I think they played a clip. I think Lil Wayne saying that repetition is the father of perfection or some shit he said like that. Whatever he said, it made sense. But kids is, you give them a tablet, you send them on their way, they listen to a song over and over and over and over and over again. And then you like, I don't know why my daughter is in here twerking. I don't know why my little son is in here trying to fight me. Look at the shit that you giving them and the shit that they playing in their head. So what the man thinking, so is he. That goes for a child too.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Nah, facts, man. They're hella impressionable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Sponges. And you want to be gentle with that? You can't be because the world ain't gentle with your children. The world is, here it is. Here goes some ass, here goes some titties, here goes some liquor, here goes some drugs, here go all of that. They throw all of that on your kids, and you still in the house talking about some, well, you know, Santa Claus fat ass might come down the chimney. This is what you doing. You pussyfooting around with your kid trying to protect this, and they living in a world that's trying to take them out. Come on, man. Be for real. Do you love them or do you not? You know what I'm saying? I'm done, man. I'm done talking. I used all my words.
Nah, that's a real shit, man. What you got, Altazal? You wanted to say something? I think he's still on his mission.
Niggas on a dumb fire mission. Not you. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah.
Damn, y'all hear everything.
You said what?
My microphone clear. It's a little too clear.
Yeah, I mean, I do want to say, as far as with each generation, I don't think it gets worse. Well, I want to say we're just a byproduct of the generation prior to us. You know, each generation is a byproduct of the generation before them. The reason why this generation is fucking up is because the generation that came before them fucked up. And the generation before that fucked up. The generation before that fucked up, all the way up to slavery, where they taught us, you know, how to be what we are today. You know what I'm saying? But for like each generation, it was a poor representation of what the future should be. Niggas was game banging since the 90s. Bitches was
Gang
twerking since the
banging.
90s.
Niggas was gang
Niggas
banging since
selling
the
dope
80s.
since the 90s. You said what?
Niggas was gang banging since the 70s and the 80s.
70s and the 80s. Niggas
Y'all
selling
remember Ice-T? I mean, not Ice-T. I don't call it man Ice-T. Y'all remember Smokey Robinson made that song Colors.
Yeah.
No, that was Ice-T. No, Ice-T made the song called Colors. Smokey Robinson made the song Gang Banging. Y'all remember that shit?
Yeah.
I know a lot, but y'all remember that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so niggas was gang banging forever. But I know y'all talked about a lot. I was listening, but I was very
Yeah, show's done, bro. Everybody left.
I know it was
Show's
a lot
done, my
going
nigga.
on. I know, but I will say this, man. Y'all like. I want to harp on what I did here a little bit, like, you know, as far as like basically the culture that was created because parents that weren't raising their children the way they should have been. Because discipline was either underused or overused, meaning they was either you was being abused as a child, which made you hate your parents and rebel, or you wasn't being disciplined enough, which made you, you know, have no type of, you know, etiquette in the world. You don't know how to treat elders. You don't know how to, you know, treat your peers. You know what I'm saying? And you have no value of life. You know what I'm saying? So both sides of the spectrum are just, you know, chaotic. And it's this middle ground between too much discipline and not enough discipline that as a parent, you gotta find that middle ground, because that's how you raise your child. And if I can't say nothing else, I just want to end with that.
No, 100%. Real shit. Real nigga shit, man.
So that, man, we over 2 hours, man.
2 hour mark.
Everybody who tuned in, if you didn't like this video, you should be ashamed of yourself. You do not belong in the barracks. Barracks are for members only. If you ain't liking and sharing, you ain't really about that life. You understand? I like to keep my house clean. My house is full of devoted, you know, devout men and women. You did? But anyway, the water for everybody joining us, the water for being here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and close out. Let me get my war horn real quick. Gotta close out the right way. It's been another great episode. Tune in next week. Hopefully, you know, Lord willing, there'll be some more shit going on in the world, more wars. You understand? Biden done pushed the button. Putin about to go all in. Kim Jong-un watching very patiently. He about to make a move. It's going down. So we're gonna catch y'all next week.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You ready? Nah, I mean, is you ready? Somebody ready for war? That Weezy. Lights is up. Wise man mad. They ready for war. Been in all blacks as a trooper. Plan, plot, strategize, crucial. Gotta pick a side, no neutral. In the middle of a war as usual. Watch your back, they shoot. If your ops drop, better keep it moving. All we do is win, no losing. In the middle of a war as usual. In the middle of a war as usual. In the middle of a war as usual. Plan, plot, strategize, crucial. In the middle of a war as usual.